People will hate you if you're not vulnerable. And I know this might sound a bit extreme, but there is a good case for this. And let me explain why. It is true that if you're vulnerable and you show your flaws, which I think essentially is what being vulnerable is, it leaves you open for attack and people to judge, people to use things against you. And I think this is why often we try and protect ourselves and hide this from other people. But what you're actually doing in consequence is creating a facade, because that is not truly authentically you. And I think in today's social media age, we often see this. People say, be authentic. What does that mean? And it means to show your flaws. But how can we show our flaws if it's going to make us look bad? And this is the game and the balance that we have to play with. And what I believe is that vulnerability is actually a sign of strength. But I don't think everybody should be just showing all their flaws and saying everything that's wrong with them, because there is room for privacy and it's different for everyone. And what I believe is that it should be in correlation to how confident you are. You should be showing how more and more of your flaws to show others, because if you're confident you can help bring others up, because the truth is everyone has got their own problems, everyone's got their own flaws, everyone's got things that happen to them in life, and that is the truth. That is the truth. And if you don't think that, then you're delusional, to be completely honest. So what showing our softer side or something, or our flaws, allows people to connect with you, because we all connect through our own flaws. And when we see someone with our own flaws doing something that we want to do, it inspires us. And when I say has our own flaws, they're not exactly the same things often. Everyone has their own challenges, but they're the same thing but different. Everyone's got their own fears, everyone's got their own struggles, everyone's got their own insecurities. So and people relate to your insecurities and fears, that even though they're not the same as theirs, and that is storytelling. And we need stakes to get involved in the story. That is the key to any good story. There is stakes involved. So if you want people to be invested in you, you have to create stakes. And the easiest way to do this is to show your flaws. Because as soon as there's flaws, there's conflict. If you want to become better. So this is the key thing, if you want to become better. And you can only show your flaws from a sign of strength if you believe that you can be better. And this comes out of being a victim mindset. And if you are just showing your flaws by complaining and saying, these are my problems, I can't do anything about them, that is a victim mindset, and that is where being vulnerable is actually a sign of weakness. So there's that balance. And you have to become a very strong person. I'm not exactly saying everyone should just be saying everything is wrong with them, as I've said previously, but you should be slowly stepping outside your comfort zone with the view to get better. This is the key thing for me. There's a line between confidence and arrogance. A confident person is someone who believes that they're good, even though they have their flaws, and they see their flaws, because they know they're not perfect, but they know they're good and they see value in themselves. Someone who's arrogant believes they're the best and ignores their flaws. And usually that actually comes from a place of insecurity. Someone who's arrogant is actually insecure, because they're running away from their flaws. They're trying to say, I don't have any flaws, or they try and shove them down. And that is what brews arrogance. Subtle difference there. Whereas a confident person is able to show their flaws because they're not bothered by them. Now, if we relate this to the working world, being honest and vulnerable is often something we shy away from, because we want to show that we're, our best results, what we can do, what we can achieve, and to always put on a perfect brand image. But there's a way to actually beat everyone, and that's to actually show that sometimes you're not the best at everything, but you're confident about certain groups of things. And that is how you build trust. So as an example, I was once finding clients in the dental niche, running ads, and I'd never run ads for dentists before. I'd run ads in the e-commerce space, and I was looking to see how I could basically pick up a few clients. And I mean, the advice for most people is to set guarantees and say you can get them X amount of clients and in 30 days, or you get your money back. And that was the common way that people were doing it. And that can work, but the problem is that everyone's heard this over and over again, and it becomes saturated, this space, and it's everyone who's got the better offer. The way you can compete that is honesty. And I wrote on a Facebook group, which was for business for dental people, and I said to them exactly my story. I told them I have experience in this is what I've done, but also this is my first time ever running a campaign, and I want to do this for free for the first time. And the fact that I said to them, this is the first time doing it for dental and I want to get experience, I had a flooding in of messages. And even people in the group were, because before people had been promoting themselves and they get annoyed and they get them taken off. But in this case, I was having so many messages that I couldn't even handle them, because all these people could trust me. I was the first person to say, look, I'm a beginner, but I got some experience and I want to do my best. And with that trust came results. And if we go to the other extreme, I think with politicians, this is a key example why everyone hates politicians. Because they will never admit they're wrong. They will never admit their flaws. I'm sure if there was a politician who actually said, look, I'm not wanting to go into politics, I can do this, these are the problems, this is how we can do it, but I'm going to struggle because of this, you would actually, this is what the world is needing. We're needing people just to be honest with us. And that's why everyone is so frustrated with politics, because it just feels like a constant lie. We don't believe what they're going to say because they make promises and they break them. If they were just honest about the situation, we would trust. And with someone we trust, we'd back them. But I think we can do this in the working life as well. And well, every part of our lives is be as open as you can to the level of strength that you have. And if you're not ready to open up, then it's time to do inner work and work on yourself. And when you're ready, as an inspiration for others, is you let it out.